South African newspaper knocks Nigerian President Buhari over frequent foreign medical trips. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. To get notified or post hot juicy news updates, please click on the notification bell. In a report reading by multimedia journalist Chad Williams, titled "Why African Leaders Like President Muhammadu Buhari Go Overseas for Medical Treatment," the paper faulted the fact that the president is known for such frequent overseas trips for medical treatment, while Nigeria's health suffers in many aspects. A South African independent online newspaper, IOL, has knocked Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari over his incessant foreign trips for medical treatments since he assumed office in 2015. In a report written by its multimedia journalist Chad Williams titled "Why African Leaders Like Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari Go Overseas for Medical Treatment," the paper faulted the fact that President Buhari is known for such frequent overseas trips for medical treatment, while Nigeria's health system suffers in many aspects. According to IOL, President presided over an emergency meeting with security chiefs at the State House amid terror alerts by the United States, United Kingdom, and Canada. Yet he jetted out to Seoul, from there to London for medical treatment. The paper, using President Buhari as a point of focus, berated leaders of the African continent for the outright negligence of the respective countries' healthcare systems, while they keep running to various Western countries for medical attention. Meanwhile, Buhari has spent over 200 days abroad seeking medical treatment since he assumed office in 2015. The report said, "What is it about the healthcare system back home that these leaders will rather seek treatment outside their respective countries?" Over the decades, we have witnessed several African leaders opt for medical treatment abroad. The leaders include former Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe, who frequently took trips to Singapore for medical purposes, Angola's Eduardo dos Santos, who was in Spain, and Benin Patrice Talon Paris trips, to name but a few. The healthcare system is in many African countries, including Zimbabwe, Angola. The healthcare systems in many African countries, including Zimbabwe, Angola, and Benin, left much to be desired. According to a report on Africa's progress towards achieving universal health coverage (UHC), released in 2021, only half of African citizens, 52%, some 615 million people, have access to the healthcare they need. In 2016, Africans spent over $6 billion in an outbound treatment. Nigeria was a major contributor. Its citizens spent over $1 billion annually on what's become known as medical tourism, according to Tahir Azavil Ledong, Assistant Professor of Strategy, University of Bath. Lydon says that it can be argued that private citizens opting to seek medical help in other countries do not owe the public an explanation because it is their own affair. But the medical tourism among Africans' political elites is a cause for concern, because they are responsible for the development of proper health care for their citizens and of their countries. According to an article he wrote in The Conversation in 2017, he argues that the reason for African leaders going abroad for medical attention is a lack of confidence in the health system they oversee, and they can afford the trips given that the expenses are paid for by taxpayers. The result is that they have little motivation to change the status quo. Medical tourism by African leaders and politicians could therefore be one of the salient but overlooked causes of Africans' poor health systems and infrastructure. Part of the story further read. What in this man talking are true. You see, I don't blame them. And one of the points raised here is it is being paid for by taxpayers' money. My money and your money. Your 50 kobo and my 50 kobo. That is what they are using for this medical tourism. Had it been said that they put them for their pockets? Had it been that they put their hand well inside their pockets, bring out this money for the medical trips, Shubon, their brain go don't tell them, say, make them repair our healthcare system here. they would have been motivated to look into our healthcare system in the country and make sure that it is functioning. Imagine when you want to do something and when you want to use your money to do it, it will cost you, like, let's say about 5 to 10 what's it called 5 to 10 to 15 million naira. Or let me just say 5 million naira on a particular, what am I saying? It's not kojo. You go reach 15 million naira per medical trip. You are always bringing it out. Your brain go don't tell you, say no. If you have anybody that read medical lab science in your family, no, this I'm telling you, it's true. If you have somebody who is always sick in the family and the person is always rushed to the hospital, if the person gets medical lab science, the person read medical lab science and maybe somebody can't read doctor, then go collab, then go build clinic or hospital. Do you understand why? So that, and they build it to a standard, they'll be say that person will get medical. And this is what they tell you in the truth, a reality. But because our government, they don't put my hands in their pocket to sponsor these medical trips. As far as say, they say bring meat. You forget saying for cow, cow, but deny the meat they come. Very soon you go they ask where the meat go. It is wasteful. What will happen to them if they sit down and strategize on how to make our healthcare facilities, make the health sector better, so that money where they go dash abroad people, that money they go dash them, say $1 billion. Do you know how much that would do for us as a country? Do you know how it will do so much for us? Gone so much, and then you are giving it out for medical tourism, just medical tourism. We never had other bills. We say they run for years. Okay. Nigeria is caused by the great enemy of good and life, and that is why so many of them who are benefiting from our innumerable losses are still clamoring for another old, deceitful, ill person to take over from Buhari. Because I don't understand why we have a certain president who he has not been in office for 200 days. He has been absent because of they always go on this medical leave and that medical leave. And they are bringing another ill person, very fragile and frail-looking person to Lord of ours. It don't make sense. So it does not make sense at all. In science, the higher you fly, the cooler, but in Nigeria, it is the higher, the hotter. I did tell you. And for 7 solid years, not a single standard hospital built, and yet the greatest borough of all time, absolute disgusting mess. My dear, live English. Sincerely, make we try to make sure, say, at the end of the day, say we make this country better. And the only way we can do that is by making sure we vote for, what's it called? For competent leaders who are genuinely concerned about taking this country off its knees and to a place of positive and progressive growth. Alright, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of the day.